Hi, we're going back on tour.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Rush 50-something tour episode, continuing in our series of all things related to the Rush reunion tour. I will admit, I will be fully transparent. This episode is a little bit of a clickbaity type title, type episode, but I think it's much needed. I've been a fan of the band since 2008, okay? And I don't think I've ever seen this much negativity around the band. So I want to do an episode here in typical Rush fans fashion where we, to steal from Working Them Angels, take the high road, taking that high road. I want to take the high road here. I want to share some negative comments that we've received on our Instagram posts, our YouTube posts, and then some from like Facebook groups that we're all in that we've found, and kind of use this as a way to explain some of the maybe there's like a disconnect. Maybe some of these Rush fans that have left these negative comments haven't watched the full 5-minute video the band put out, or the 20-minute interview from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with that Donna Halper introduced. I want to shed a positive light on some of these negative comments, right? And some of them kind of poke a little fun too, because you got to have some fun, right? So before we get into that, I do want to keep a couple of things in mind, and they come from two sets of Rush lyrics that I'm going to share on the screen. Us being Rush fans, the page Rush fans, all one word, in our community, I feel that we kind of have, we have a voice, and we can use our platform for good. And to me, that's very Everyday Glory-esque, okay? If the future's looking dark, which right now it's kind of looking dark even though it's an exciting time, there's quite a bit of negativity. If the future's looking dark, we're the ones who have to shine. If there's no one in control, we're the ones who draw the line. Though we live in trying times, we're the ones who have to try. Though we know that time has wings, we're the ones who have to fly. We are going to bring positivity to all this. CygnusX1.net's Facebook group just shut down posting because of all this negativity, which I've never seen before. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, one more lyric I'm going to share on the screen before we start reading the negative comments. This kind of will go hand in hand with some of the things we're going to be talking about and some of the things we're going to be explaining tonight, right? So it's from 2112 and Something for Nothing. What you do, or rather, what you own is your own kingdom. What you do is your own glory. What you love is your own power. What you live is your own story. In your head is the answer. Let it guide you along. Let your heart be the anchor and the beat of your own song. Remember that as we go through these comments. Anything you guys want to say before we start picking these apart?
Great introduction, Ryan. That's great.
Thank you.
I have to concur. I've been a fan for over 35 years, and I've never seen such negativity. It should be a time of joy. I was ecstatic when I found out, just like you were, Ryan. Like, it was just like, oh my gosh, I have a chance to see them again. And it's right. All of a sudden, all the negative flood in comments, and I just went, oh, I got to walk away from social media. It's insane.
Yeah.
I've been a fan for 49 years, and the negativity used to come from Rolling Stone.
Right.
Not Rush fans.
So, yeah, I mean, like, this should be a time of excitement. I'm excited because, look, when I created Rush Fans, it was in 2013, but that was on Instagram only, and I met a few people through it that helped me run the page or whatever. But we started the Rush Fans YouTube channel in 2020, a little bit after Neil's passing, and that's how I met all of you. And guess what? I get to go see Rush with all of you guys. So I'm stoked, and I'm happy for Paul Simon, who gets to go see Rush for the very first time with his kid. I'm happy for Ryder, who gets to go see Rush for the very first time, period. I mean, it's a second chance, right? So
now, a lot of the comments right now are about ticket prices. And I think we can all agree that, man, that's
yeah,
tough.
yeah.
But that's not
You
what
know,
we're doing here tonight.
That is, we will touch on that a little bit, for sure. But yes, ticket prices are crazy. You know, it's you got to donate an arm and a leg and a nut and everything else to get tickets.
Left or right?
I've got an OnlyFans page.
Oh, you can subscribe to David's Rush OnlyFans. How about that?
Yeah, that's going to be profitable.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the comments, shall we? It's not Rush.
Yes, it is.
Let's just say it is in fact Rush. It is Rush, and it's being advertised as Rush. Okay, and Geddy and Alex are 2/3 of Rush. Sure, I understand the sentiment. I get it. I understand what's trying to be said here, but again, to go back to something for nothing. At the end of the day, it's their band. It's their catalog. It's their music. They poured their heart and soul into this. They are the ones that get to make the decisions with their career and their lives. And, it might not be Rush with Neil, but it is still Rush. So that's the first comment. You guys want to comment on that?
It's interesting that people would tell Geddy, Lee, and Alex Lifeson what Rush is and is not. That's one comment.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this kind of sums it up. This is a good comment. Neil was so key to the band that I believe many feel hurt with the band using the name without Neil. I get it, but with so many, I'm happy for Geddy and Alex. I consider this to be Rush 2.0. Yeah, I mean, I certainly get it. And Geddy and Alex, I think it was Geddy said in the Beyond the Lighted Stage documentary, I don't want to play in Rush without these two other guys. That was in 2010. That was when Neil was alive and well. Mm-hmm. This is 15 years later, okay? And emotions change and, times change. And they grieved in 2015 when the band ended, right? I mean, and they grieved again in 2020 after Neil's passing. And they did the tribute shows. Alex played little side gigs with other bands in Toronto and whatnot, and then did Envy of None, and then they want to play again. So let's just clarify that. They want to play again. They want to play Rush music. That's what they're doing. So Let's move on to the next comment. No Neil, no Rush. In the same vein, I threw those together. And by the way, I think I've cropped every single person's name out of this. We're not doing this to shame people, right? Like, that's not the intent. We're doing this to, again, explain, and maybe if there's some misunderstandings and disconnects with announcements and stuff like that.
Yeah. And any comment is emblematic of 100 other comments. So it's not about the people, it's about the comment.
Boom.
They could do what they want.
They can do what they want.
That 5-minute video they released, you could just see they were so happy with their decision. Like, Alex was, give me a big hug. This is what they do. They've been doing this since they were teenagers. They'd want to be on stage playing their music, but they've put over 50 years together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure right after Neil passed, that was the least of their concerns. I mean, I remember the George Stroumboulopoulos episode interview in 2022. Like, they couldn't even think about touring again. But people can change their minds. Feelings can get better. And then, like Geddy's point, when they did the Taylor Hawkins tribute shows, it sparked something. They're like, this is where we belong. We belong on stage playing music for our fans. So.
And with this, so does this mean that the first album's not Rush? Does this mean that some of the extra songs on the Rush 50 box set aren't Rush? By the way this comment is written, that's what that means, right? And I don't. you know.
I don't agree.
Now,
Um,
Ryan, can I offer an alternative perspective on this?
I mean, you are a philosopher, so I think you do that for a living, right?
I think, according to History of the World Part 1, Mel Brooks, I'm a professional bullshitter. But, okay, 1968, Rush formed, right, with Geddy, Alex, and Rutsy. And they had to put out their first record on Moon Records, not even a record deal with a company. They had to do their own, formative years. That's, not necessarily the band. Then they got discovered. Thank you, Donna Halper. Got their record deal with Mercury. And then, they had to let John go for, health reasons primarily. And then they found Neil, who had to learn all this stuff in 2 weeks. So you can't say the band is or is not the band in those years. But from 75 on, it was, 74 technically, but from their first record together, 75 on, it was Alex, Geddy, and Neil for all of these years, So I don't think we can say, it wasn't Rush with Rutsy. Of course it was Rush, but those three guys for decades, which few bands can say, but now that Neil's not with us, Alex and Geddy can still play.
Yeah.
And play Rush songs and the music they love. And, I'm more like thinking about what it's like for them, what it's going to be like for them on this tour to play those songs as Rush without Neil.
It's
more on them than us. So
it's not Rush 2.0. This is correct, Logan. I agree with this. It's not Rush 2.0.
Yeah.
It's still very much 100% Rush.
Yeah.
I like this comment here. I think it's what they need. It's a healthy thing to do. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's a bunch of, David, maybe you can help me out on this. We don't have to dwell on this, but there's a bunch of different stages of grieving, right? Perhaps this is a way of grieving too. I mean, honor Neil. They're at the point where they're honoring, right? So, and this one, I like this comment too. I live in Kansas City, Missouri, and was lucky enough to meet Geddy Lee just a couple of hours ago at his book signing, and he looked. Well, that's because the Jays beat the Yankees, and he was able to slide that in before the ALCS. But, right, yeah, he looked really happy. Who are we to take that away from him? Exactly. We're just fans. Yeah. We need to enjoy the ride. Shut up and just enjoy it.
And if
please,
you don't like
right?
something, that's okay.
Yeah,
you're dealing with your grief in your own way, and that's fine.
R.I.P. John Rutsy.
Yes. Don't think boys have to conform to your vision of them.
Also, Paul said he was not going to show up, and here he is. Aloha. I'm happy you showed up.
Nice.
He didn't want to be a part of this. I forget the quote that he told me to say, but he didn't want to get all worked up on this episode reading some of these comments. But so all these no Neil, no Rush comments makes me think of this.
Take 5. You're giving me a headache already.
You're giving me a headache already. Please. All right. Next comment. Well, this was a photo comment left on one of the Facebook posts, but unless they release new material with the new drummer, then this feels like a money grab. I can assure you, I can very much assure you this is not a money grab on the part of Alex and Geddy, okay?
Oh, oy vey. Oh.
Not a money grab.
No.
Ticket prices, on the other hand, are astronomical and are crazy, and people are lucky to have even gotten them at the pre-sale on Friday, and there's another pre-sale again on Monday and all that. And we won't get into a Ticketmaster rant, okay? Now, I will say one thing, though. When I saw Judas Priest a couple of weeks, I think 2 Saturdays ago, actually. Yeah, 2 Saturdays ago. Mm-hmm. There was an option on Ticketmaster when I bought the tickets that I could not resell them unless I resold them for the same price that I bought them for.
Okay.
That I like. Mm-hmm. That would have eliminated all of this scalping and bots and all this other crap.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why I've seen it probably 7 times in the last 10 years, and I've not paid over $75 a ticket.
Right. That's what. Yeah, mine was like $65. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a decision of the band, if that's a decision of band management, if that's a decision of Ticketmaster. I have no clue, but that could have been a nice alternative here to ensure that the diehard fans that have the hardcore fans that really want to go see them, and not the only the people that can afford it. Yeah. So no, it's not a money grab. One more thing I wanted to say throughout this whole episode, I want to make sure this is very clear as my computer goes into night mode here. That's nice. I think we all need to stop as fans throwing around the term real fan or true fan or any of this crap. You can't quantify fandom. I don't consider myself a better or a bigger Rush fan because I love every album than someone who only loves from Fly By Night. Fly By Night to Signals or whatever, right? Like real fans should not be quantifying who real fans are, right? Let's not do that. So let's be respectful of your fellow Rush fan and have some respect and some decency and enough with the who real fans are and all that BS. Okay, please.
We're gonna touch more on that later. I hope.
But back to that money grab comment. I mean, if you know Geddy and you know Alex, they keep busy. They're always doing something. Geddy had his book. He had his big, beautiful book of bass before 2020. Just releases They're making money off this stuff. You know what I mean? They get the royalties. I can't see it being a money grab. They
give more money away.
Right. I mean, and Alex, he keeps busy. He did Envy and None. He does little side projects. They're not hurting for money.
This is fair. Nothing's been announced other than,
ouch.
Annika Niles will be touring with Rush. We don't know. We don't know if she's officially part of the band. We don't know if there's a future past this tour. We don't know. It's all very much up in the air. So let's not speculate and let's just see where the things go and enjoy the ride. Right.
A lot of it too is legal. I mean, full member of the band. That's legalese.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, a lot of whether it's Rolling Stone, Blabbermouth, or 1,000 different Loudwire, the new Rush drummer.
That comment makes sense.
This is a good comment.
Yeah, he wouldn't have sold all his iconic guitars and given all that money to charity if he needed money. He would have kept it for himself.
You really think that these guys need money? I mean, their net worths are $50 million, right? I mean,
right.
a lot of that's probably tied up in assets of the catalog. Actually, they might have sold it. I don't know. Whatever. They don't need money. I mean,
so many baseballs.
Right.
Hundreds of thousands.
Donated.
They're fine. Money-wise.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars that he paid for them and then turned around and donated them, right? So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the same as if Neil was with them? No, absolutely not. Right. But as that can't happen, I think this is a great alternative. We know how much Geddy and Alex love to perform, so let them. Boom. Hit the nail right on the head.
Episode can end right now. Yeah.
I guess none of the Neil albums were Rush because he replaced Rush. Yeah, that's what's kind of being implied. Let's see if there's any good comments. Yeah, this is a good comment here too. From the get-go, it was always Alex's band. Yeah, he's the only original member.
True.
Right?
Even Geddy got fired once. That's right. That's true.
Live
it all again.
Yep,
Love it.
That's right.
Yep. Musicians are like athletes as long as they love what they do and have something left in the tank. They want to keep going. I respect that. Speaking of athletes, that's where I got this idea was from athletes reading mean tweets about themselves or whatever, or Jimmy Kimmel reading mean tweets about his show. So I thought this is a very clickbaity thing. I'm 100% transparent about that. But Don't bother reading stupid negative crap. Well, we're reading about 23 of those tonight, so and we're only on the third one. So
we're flawed human beings.
Yep. I like that. Get over it. The last part of it. Get over it. Get over yourselves. All right. Yeah. They already have the big money.
Bum.
All right.
Let's do some comments.
Strange choice of cities. Good luck, I guess? Question marks. All right, so I'm not going to spend too long in this one, but this is crazy. Well, what cities are you reading? Because they're literally going from. Hold on, let me pull up the.
Well, they're going to all the major cities in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. So what's the problem?
They start in L.A. Okay,
Right.
which is where they ended in 2015.
Correct.
Perfect starting choice of city. They're continuing right where they left off. Okay, then they go to Mexico City, as I keep calling New Mexico, but it's Mexico City. That is the only strange choice to me. That's a little bit odd, but I think that's just because they want to have the Brazil fans and Mexico fans all be able to have that opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Fort Worth, Texas. David, you said you're 40 minutes from Fort Worth, I think, right? Is that what you said?
DFW. It's
David, Jim, Shane. I think there's one more that probably are in that vicinity. Texas is a hub for Rush fans. Okay,
they've always done 2 shows of most every tour, except R40.
I was gonna say, is it which tour did they use to record for their live?
It was Clockwork in Dallas.
Clockwork. That's right.
Here in
That's
Dallas.
right.
Yeah.
Then they go to Chicago. You got to hit Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They hit Chicago in 2012 or 2013 when the Blackhawks won the cup. And
A very dear friend of mine.
Dan Carcillo brought the cup on the stage and all that. Chicago, you got to have Chicago. Paul Simon, our buddy, is going to that. Alana, too. Then they do New York City. You got to do the Garden, obviously, right? You got to do Toronto, obviously. That's their hometown. And then they finish in Cleveland. So what's strange about any of these 7 cities? I don't understand
Kind
why.
of luck, all of the people in this industry are just like guessing, hoping things turn out all right. I mean, they deal with data and previous tours and information. They know what they're doing.
There's a lot of gaps in the dates.
What do you mean, good luck?
There's a lot of gaps in the dates for their age. They need breaks. It's breaks.
Correct.
It's cool down periods. It's a time to enjoy themselves while they're on the road too. Because
And Alex needs to play golf between shows.
Well, I saw something there.
This is true.
It's almost like mini residencies in each city because they're doing 4 shows. They set up the stage, they're good for a week and a half, and then they move on to the next one.
Yep.
So there's less travel.
The venues are like cool.
The only city I'm a little bit surprised they didn't do is Vegas, because I think Rush at the Sphere would be crazy.
Be phenomenal.
Would be crazy. But who knows? That might be they've already added dates. It might be something that's coming, but
right.
And there's we have a lot of friends in Florida too. There's nothing in Florida or Atlanta or the
Southeast.
The southernmost tour in the U.S. is city in the U.S. is Fort Worth. But again, who knows? Maybe something for the future. But all right, let's continue on. I love Rush, and I've liked what I've heard from Annika over the years, but I don't think she's the best choice. Not like it was a no-brainer when Danny Carey joined Beat. We shall see. Mike Mangini would have been an insane choice. Not to mention Geddy can't sing anymore. There's a lot of comments about Geddy's voice in here. I don't want to dwell a ton on that. But to those that say that, here's what I got to say.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph sounds like the damned howling in Hades.
That's
Geddy's voice.
That's my joke on Geddy's voice. Yeah. Look, what sticks out to me here is I don't think she's the best choice.
Well, according to Alex and Nell and Geddy, she is.
Exactly.
And also, so what? She's their choice, and she's a good choice. And Danny Carey is awesome. I love Tool. I love Danny Carey. I've seen Mike Mangini with Dream Theater at least 3 times, if not more. He's a ripping
I'm surprised I didn't mention Mike Portnoy. I mean, that's the name that always seems to come up.
Always comes up.
This comment we didn't show yet. This is a great comment from Bruce Packer. There is nobody on earth that knows more than Geddy and Alex whether this is the right thing to do. They don't take it lightly. For them, right. They don't take it lightly, and having made the choice to do it, they are going to do it right. Everything they've done so far has been classy. Mm-hmm. Every announcement video that they've put out, every interview that they've done so far is is classy, and you can tell from there was foreshadowing of this happening in the last couple of years on the book tour interviews. There's an interview that David and I think it was David and Paul Simon and I had a look. We have a little group chat that I think David, you sent it to me today. Maybe Paul sent it to us. I don't remember. One of you guys sent it in, and it was Geddy sitting in his hotel room on the book tour. And just there was foreshadowing there, man. Like it's like, hello, like how did we not see this coming? Really, like it's kind of.
Well, it's like we were all like okay that it was over, you know.
I love that comment.
Kind of wanted something, and you know what else, but yeah,
this is true.
As a drummer myself, I was a little bit surprised at first for about 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, yeah, I know who she is, and I looked into it, and they didn't, from what I understand, they didn't have auditions. She came recommended from Scully, Geddy's bass tech.
Yep.
They brought her in, they started jamming, and it just clicked, and they went, okay, let's work on this, and this is going to be great, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to trust Alex and Geddy on this one.
Well,
it's them. They pick their drummer. So
as a philosopher, I hate arguments from authority. So you have to accept this because Geddy and Alex think so. You know, well, people can have their opinions or their views or whatever, but at the same time, while we don't accept arguments from authority, we can also respect expertise. And I don't know, Alex and Geddy might know what they're doing.
Maybe.
Okay. This comment, his voice hasn't sounded good since the Vapor Trails tour. I could argue that, but point being, not wrong in that the last couple tours the voice went downhill. Sure, but he cut cheese out of his diet, I think, or cut dairy out of his diet, which is what he told Eddie Trunk on an interview, or that's what Eddie Trunk said. I can't remember. Yeah, but
the dairy to help clear up the throat. Yeah,
to clear up the throat. Yeah, maybe I should do that. But I think if he didn't think he could do it, we wouldn't be here, right? Annika Niles, please. She has a name, but Lady Drummer, yes.
We don't say dude drummer. Just drummer. She's a drummer.
Here we go. Geddy and Alex would care less about the money and avoid drugs. Well, see Caress of Steel, but yeah, it's about the music. Wasn't there a tale when Rush were on tour with one band, and I think it was Kiss, but they're on tour with Kiss. They decided to go into their rooms and read, instead of
that was they did that all the time. They just didn't go out and party.
I mean, I think Mr. Lifeson still partakes in some occasional puffing, but that's all legal in Canada.
Blame it on Paul McCartney. Thanks, Paul McCartney, for helping McCartney. Okay. Paul McCartney is going to be credited on the next studio album, okay? And it's going to say thanks, Paul McCartney, for getting the ball rolling, like it did for Donna on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if there's new music, I don't know who's going to write the lyrics. I think Annika.
Did I just say new studio album? No, I don't know anything. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's entirely speculative, and it could happen. It could not happen, but who cares?
Exactly. Enjoy it.
The moment.
Celebrate the moment. I was just going to say that.
Correct.
All right. Excited to see the guys return, but as a longtime Rush fan, not interested. Love the band as it ended, but happy for those two. Good luck, guys! ! I don't mind that comment. That comment is not as bad as the reply, which was with bad grammar. Then you're not a Rush fan, then. I go back to the whole idea. Stop with the "you're not a real Rush fan" crap, please. We're all Rush fans. We're all real Rush fans. Stop quantifying fandom, okay?
And
if you're not interested, fine.
If you're in a true Rush spirit, you can have different views on things. Period.
Yes.
Yep. But excited to see the guys return, but as a longtime Rush fan, not interested. Okay. I love the band as it ended, but happy for those who are. That's a good comment.
It's not bad. It's if you don't want to go If you don't want to go because Neil's not there, and Neil was your favorite member of the band because you're a drummer or you whatever, fine.
Or you can't think of the guys without those three.
Yeah, fine.
That's fine.
That's absolutely fine.
That's fine.
I went from I'm never going to be able to see them again to, oh my gosh, I have a chance to see them again. So that to me is worth anything.
And I want to see their faces when
I like
they
this.
hit the stage.
I like Bruce. I've never seen Bruce on our live episodes.
I love that.
Bruce, do this for me, please. Where is it? Hold on.
Do some of the complainers hangouts.
Hold on. Email rushroundtable@gmail.com and come on a show. I like Bruce. All right. Let's see. So, continuing on. Comments. This is the worst. R40 was the perfect send-off. Yes, it was. It was the perfect send-off. But now they're trudging out with some no-name studio fill-in drummer Anakin Skywalker. Then a keyboard player. So much for being irreplaceable. Pay your $1,000 to see a Rush tribute band. Keep your poser drummer. I am out.
Well, I'm glad you're out because you'll free up a seat. Jesus.
Respond to that.
Oh my god.
This is all wrong.
Music for morons.
Some no-name studio fill-in drummer. That's the one that grinds my gears. I don't care.
Somebody that's like immensely respected
in the drumming community.
World. Yeah,
she was playing for Jeff Beck. Like, hello.
You don't just get that gig because you're a no-name. You're just and also as a
Poser.
shout out to all studio drummers who are some of the best drummers in the world and don't get the recognition. Being a studio drummer is not like some, I mean, if you're going to go in a studio with somebody like Jeff Beck or other people, you have to have your chops, So this comment that studio fill drummer.
I'm actually kind of excited that they're going to have a separate keyboard player. So like you said, Geddy will have a chance to really be more on stage.
And like Alex on the dance choreography.
Hold on. I got something for this too.
Yeah. Slobovich.
All right. Look at that guy dancing. He's scary too. All right. Should have picked either Portnoy or Yokozuna. I don't know who that is. I don't know if I pronounced that correct. But is this Annika even a fan? Now you got me pronouncing the name wrong. Anakin Skywalker. Right. Good grief.
Does it even matter?
Does it matter? Right. What does it matter if she's a fan? Who cares? You do the job, right?
I mean, you're already questioning Geddy and Alex's judgment, who've been professional musicians all their freaking life.
Yeah.
Right. Is she a fan?
I like this comment. Yep. People have been saying that's not Rush.
I call them the Terry Browners.
Yeah. And there's people, people that I respect that don't like Rush post signals. And
totally happy because I've been following Rush for 42 years. But if this didn't happen, I would be fine. But I'm ecstatic now that I get a chance to see the moment.
That sums up exactly what I'm feeling.
That's the emblematic comment.
Yeah.
All right. Time out though. There's every other comment is about Rush touring Poland. Okay, so. I just want to put that on the screen. There's a lot of comments about Rush touring Poland. So maybe if Geddy or Alex or band management or whatever is watching this,
I've seen a lot.
First time I'm here while you're taping.
I've seen a lot of comments about they should do some sort of a tour in Europe. Like I've seen a lot of that, like the UK and Germany and all that stuff. But
Rush tour Poland. Rush come to Poland. Rush tour Poland.
Almost like it's
Poland coming in hot. Yeah.
I have friends in Poland. If Rush tours Poland, I'm going.
Boom.
Right. Thank you. There you go.
Here's the question is whether Alex and Geddy are up to the challenge of playing with her, not the other way around. Such a silly thing to say. I think but it's good. They're all friggin' monster musicians, right? So
they're kind of professionals and know what they're doing, and they've always lived up to their highest standards, right?
Right.
You will be glad they did this. Yep. When they play the Garden at the Garden, I will have tears rolling down my face too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Rush, please tour Poland. Let's see. They're bringing in a keyboard player, Linda says, so Geddy can concentrate on singing, playing bass, and interacting with his bandmates, but he'll still be playing keyboard parts.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said in the video. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think this comment here should that implies like this ought. They should have picked.
There is unrest in the forest.
and it's like,
okay, here's a very, very good comment that I didn't even think about. By calling it Rush, it lets the peer estate get a cut of the proceeds. That's classy on their part. That's a very good point. Yep. That is a very good point.
Okay, Nancy, Pierre Burkholder, if you're watching this, what do you think? That's a good comment.
Well, I imagine it would probably go to Carrie and Olivia, right? But I don't know if it would go to Nancy. But either way, maybe some of that goes to the Neil Peart Memorial that they're trying to build. I don't know. I don't know the dynamics of all that. But
it'd be a really good
would be pretty cool
configuration. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think based on the interview at the Hall of Fame, they said they did get the permission from Carrie and Olivia to kind of move forward with this, right?
All right, let's continue on with these comments because we've got a handful more. Crap. That's it. That's the comment. Crap.
Crap.
Someone comments, yes, you are. And I replied from the Rushfans account, sometimes people love crap.
What a bunch of crap.
Crap, yes, but sometimes people love crap.
Say it, Gershon.
I think that's all there is to say about that. I don't think we need to really comment.
There's no commentary.
No.
Next.
Sorry, but the heads up on Geddy's singing is that he's way past his best, and it may be detrimental to the performance of the group. Okay. The keyword here is maybe. Yeah, sure, it might be. But again, it's exciting times. Enjoy it. Someone made the comment, Kevin, his voice hasn't been great since Vapor Trail. Someone left another comment that said, okay, it sounded good on Snakes and Arrows, whatever. We can debate that all day. And the guy's 72 years old, right? I mean, the voice declines over time, but I thought even on R40, the voice was fine. Not great, but fine, right? So if we get through this tour with Geddy's voice being fine,
I think this is why
more than fine.
This is why they set it up the way they did with time in between dates, so it gives time for his voice to rest. And you do it. You go on tour for every second night for 3 months straight. Your voice is gonna get shot by the end of it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yep, I agree. Okay. Pass. No Neil, no Rush. Had more respect for them if they just started a new band. Call it Subdivisions or 2112. And released a new album and did some Rush songs. So
what they're doing?
Right? They're doing some Rush songs. They're doing all Rush songs. And
what would people say if they started a band called Subdivisions? Well, they're just trying to be Rush, and it's not Rush. I mean, people.
How many bands out there have lost members and kept going as the original band name? Like earlier tonight, I just I wonder how many, and I came up with like 18 bands within 90 seconds. I'm like, what do you? Like, this is arguments null and void. Like, no Rush, no Neil, no Rush. Stop.
I think, okay, there's this. I will say this. I will defend it ever so slightly, at least maybe try to explain why people are saying this. I called my mother before we did this, and she said, well, is it really truly Rush? Because Neil's not there. And I had to explain this to her. I'm like, so, yes, mother. It is. But here's the thing. Rush is a very unique thing in that it was the same
three
guys for 40 years, right? Yeah.
That's true.
And there's a very unique. It was been, I think Gene Simmons called it the world's largest cult band or cult following, right? There's a very big connection between the fans and the band to where, like, when Neil passed, I mean, we all felt like he would have hated this, but we all felt like we lost a member of our family. Like we all felt like we lost a friend. Like it was that type of grieving, right? So there is this odd connection that we have to to the music and to the guys because they're just great people and great role models and all that fun stuff. So
and it was those three who made the music.
Correct. So I understand it from that perspective. I understand the sentiment, but again, at the end of the day, it's not our decision to make, and it very much is still Rush. So, plus, y'all will say it's a money grab, and this is going to come off as in defense of that, but there's also this thing called marketing, and they're not going to market it Lee and Lifeson. They're going to market it Rush. I mean, it's like they still have to sell tickets, right? They still have to sell these things, and I know it's the huge following that we have, that the band has, that we will seek that out. We will, even if it was called Lee Lifeson or whatever, right? Or Subdivisions or 2112.
They're going to record a show and they're going to release it as a live
Sure.
live. Yeah.
But I think there's also the idea that someone at the Be Cool or Be Cast Out podcast said calling it Rush. There's probably some legal ramifications to this, and there's all sorts of probably other reasons, right? So whatever. Let's move on. Let's just read some of these comments. See if there's Leave them alone. Leave that thing alone. They're excited.
Thanks,
just
Jim.
tuning in and listening.
Welcome.
There are complaints about it not being a trio because they're considering a keyboard player and yeah. People have every right to close the book on Rush without Neil if they so choose, but allowing those of us that trust Geddy and Alex's decision to enjoy this next phase, whatever. Yep, great comment.
Okay, we need to get this Bruce guy on board.
Needs to come on.
Yeah, he's got some valid thoughts and opinions. I love it.
Sound. They're sound.
I mean, Geddy is probably not as, think about it. He was singing bass and keyboards at the same time. Like, that's insane. Neil came in 64, right? Tour Poland. I see a common theme.
Seriously. Hey, there we go. Let's go.
All right, Bruce. Awesome. Look forward to it. That's awesome.
Yep.
You're not Canadian by any chance? I'm the only one.
All right. Good deal. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. Let's get Bruce on. Yeah. New ideas in their brains, new skills. It probably is going to breathe new life into them too, right? And maybe even new life into the songs, They've been on record saying you take a song from the studio, you put it in a live format, and it breathes new life into it, and this is even breathing a third life. All right, but later they got a tour poem. Yeah. Yep. This is cool. I like this. We will discuss.
Tell them.
We will discuss set lists at a. We will be discussing set lists at a different point, continuing with our series. But total cash grab. I saw Rush 3 times, even with a wonderful drummer to tour with. I can't see the band without Neil. Geddy's voice is bad anyways. I can't see the band without Neil. That's fine. If that's how you want to see the band, fine. Great. But total cash grab? No. Nope. We've already went through that. Nope.
Yeah. Thanks for knowing their motives.
Oh, a genius.
All right. The next two are a couple of my favorite ridiculous comments. Wheelchair Rock. Let's go. That's the next album. They're gonna do a studio album called Wheelchair Rock. Oh, brother.
Have you seen Geddy jump?
It's
or bend down to the knees when 2 knees connect, like in Power on Big Money.
Yeah.
What if you can do that now?
This one is a follow-up. This is, another one. Yay, another geezer band hits the road with a singer whose best days are behind him. Guns N' Roses. That's fair. Paul McCartney, Bon Jovi. Missing key original members or no original members. Foreigner, spelling check. Yeah. Leonard Skinner, Kansas, and you don't even need to walk. They will wheel you on stage now. See Phil Collins and Ozzy. Come on.
And the fans were so happy to see Phil Collins and Ozzy.
Imagine.
Right?
Lifetime.
I don't care if they wheel them out in a wheelchair. I want to see them.
And also Kansas, I've been a lifelong Kansas fan too. And
great band.
There was time I was kind of like, okay, there's two original members, Rich Williams and Phil Lighthearted, and then I heard some of the records that they made with the current band, and I'm like, they're making music as great as they ever did. It's great stuff, The Prelude Implicit with Kansas. So it's like
something tells me Donna's going to be at the New York shows or
Donna
Cleveland.
Halper, enough said. I would probably suggest Cleveland. New York would be awesome. We would get to meet her, the folks that are going. If there's someone who should be upset, it would be the Pearts, and they have given their blessing. Yes, both Carrie and Olivia have given their blessing, and Nancy wrote a post. Nancy Peart, Neil's sister, wrote a post on behalf of Judy, Neil's other sister, and Betty, Neil's mother.
Yeah.
But they only found out at the same time as everybody else.
Yeah, right. I don't have a city card. I am doing Monday. I'm doing Monday.
Same. So, I'm doing Toronto on Monday. Hoping.
I will tell you, I will shell out whatever it takes to get to at least one of them. I'm hoping to go to two. I'm hoping to go to the second one and the third one, which is Thursday the 30th, which is a bunch of Rush fans. People were doing a little meetup prior to that one. And then myself and a couple other Rush fans, folks, are going to the one on Saturday the 1st. So, let's see. Yep, I agree, and this is same deal here.
Yep.
They just go out, show your love, enjoy it. Yep. All right. Next comment. Greed has no end with this bunch. The have sucked for decades.
I feel like that's like a troll comment almost.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
You obviously don't know this band, so
yeah. Next.
Greed. Yeah. Okay.
Greed.
Alex isn't well, and Geddy always has to stay in the limelight. Now, this one pisses me off because
rightfully so.
You are not Alex's doctor, okay?
Correct.
He has been on record, or it's been on record. He had and/or had. I guess probably still has. I don't know.
He's arthritis.
Does arthritis ever go away? I don't know. And then he has stomach issues.
Psoriasis.
Right. Yeah. Arthritis and stomach issues is what was said.
Mm-hmm.
You're not Rush's doctor. You're not Alex's licensed doctor. Shut the hell up. Okay? Please. And Geddy always has to stay in the limelight. Like, good grief.
If Alex didn't think he could tour and play the songs, he wouldn't. I don't think they would settle be one of these.
Like, he's not.
Even if he did, even if he is unhealthy, or even if he is in pain, Ozzy was in pain. Okay, like to use a reason. Neil was in pain. Yeah, I mean this is what they love, man. Like
Alex was in pain during R40. By the end of the show, his hands were just hurting us. But he still did it. Same thing for Neil.
And this whole thing always has to stay in the limelight.
I agree, Joelster. That is a rude comment.
Yeah,
100%.
That
I really don't like.
He's just so solipsistic, and wants all attention on him.
Mm.
Who is this person? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Kim, I think you said you joined late. I said off the top, in typical Rush fans channel fashion, we do want to fight people because this is our band and these are our guys, right? But let's take the high road, and that's why we're doing this. We're here to shine these comments in a positive light. And also, I want to say this too. I want to put this comment on here. Alex has been playing with his new band, so obviously there's no problem there. Sure,
true that.
Studio, but yeah, I mean, the touring is a little bit more grueling, but yeah, I mean, they're still doing it, right? Yeah, and these people don't keep up with the updates to come across every few weeks. I think Alex is doing pretty well right now. But the first part of this comment, is part of the reason why we're doing this episode, right? Like, some of these comments are a little bit misinformed, and we, as Rush fans, the channel, do the research so that you don't have to. We watch the videos. We watch the 5-minute video they put out, the message to the fans. I've watched it 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Watched the interview at the Rock Hall. Let's reiterate what they're saying, and let's just throw the facts out there and make sure everyone's well aware of what's being said from the Rush camp, right? So,
and from a philosophical standpoint, because look at all those books, primary sources versus secondary. What's the band saying, and what are they doing?
I'm just looking forward to.
Said, or
I'm
this
just
or
looking.
that. Who cares? But start with primary sources.
I'm looking forward to the dance routine that Alex and Geddy are going to work on when they get on stage.
Oh yeah,
according to that video.
Me too. they better deliver on the dance thing.
Paul.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry,
Paul Simon. When I called you yesterday, you said something very specific to me why you didn't want to be on this episode, and you told me to say it on here, and I forgot what it was. Can you please leave that as a comment so I can post it, because I thought it was really clever. I can't remember what it was. But in the meantime, Rush, please come to Poland.
There's a theme here. There's a pattern.
I can't quite put my finger on
I just can't. Yeah, his iconic leg kick. Yeah, I'd love to see
I'm
it.
sure he will.
Misinformed translates to completely stupid. Agree. Yes.
Yeah, we're just trying to say it like nice. Eh?
Nice.
Like nice, eh? Yeah.
Eh?
All right.
Cut your hair.
Don't judge me, Paul.
Oops. Hold on.
Cut your hair.
Let me take
Okay. Yeah.
They said they
I
never
like
took
this.
in.
There's never love without pain. Yes.
And they changed their mind.
It happens.
Oh my.
They said they'd never tour again with Rush if all 3 of them couldn't do it. Nothing wrong with them wanting to play, but
So
not as Rush. Besides, Geddy's voice is shot.
There's a pattern.
There's a pattern of Geddy's voice being shot here. Whatever. If you don't like Geddy's voice,
Who cares?
it
Right.
sounds like a hamster with a blowtorch up his ass or whatever was said.
Oh, that's a visual I didn't want.
Yeah. What does it sound like now?
Nightmares. Tonight.
They said they never tour again with Rush if all 3 of them couldn't do it. Yes, that was in 2010. They said that. Yeah. Emotions change, viewpoints change, times change, things change. They lost their brother. They want to honor him. All right. Now, Paul, I can't remain sufficiently dispassionate on the topic when people go negative simply for the dopamine hit. There we go.
Wow. That was well thought out.
Well, see,
Paul.
a lot of you know about Paul, and he's a negotiator. He's worked in law enforcement. He knows how minds and brains work, and that comment is wow. Yeah, right on.
Doing his thing during La Villa. Yeah. Yep, 100%.
Stoked and broke. I like it.
It's going to be their next album, Stoked and Broke.
That's what I put on my comment for Facebook. I'm like, I wonder how my wife is attached to that wedding ring. Might have to pawn that. But we'll talk.
Hope she doesn't watch this, Paul.
It will be an epic concert. Oh, no, she saw my Facebook comment. We're all good.
Geddy, Alex, and Annika are going to play great. Yes.
I'm so looking forward. Looking forward to it.
Well, look, this is an episode about negative comments, and I'm loving all the positive comments. So that's great. I also love this this username, Bag on Head. All right.
Yesterday I had the bag T-shirt.
The bag, yeah, there you go. All right, let's get into some of the Facebook comments. Now, all of these comments.
So
the
up
comments
to this
that
point,
we
up to this point, these are all from like our page.
So I was just about to clarify that. Up to this point, they were from either YouTube or our YouTube channel or our Instagram channel.
Gotcha.
These were some comments that some of our guys and gals pulled from Facebook groups, sent them to us, and said, talk about them. There's a difference between playing in your prime at legendary levels and the reality of aging. True. You're trying to compare a manufacturer of a legendary car model to an aftermarket grounds effect supplier. One's a creator, the others are just trying to cash in on it. Somebody might be able to copy the sound or appearance, but it's not their own. So,
My bar mitzvah band is better than that. Come on.
They're just playing, and they're good at it.
yeah. Yep.
Jeez.
They've never stopped playing.
Yeah.
Really? They might have had a time after Neil
They've had
passed
their
that they've
physical
stopped.
challenges, right?
Of course. But give them time. They've got 8 months to rehearse to get on tour. They'll be back.
I'd really like to know if buying tickets through StubHub was actually legit.
Prior to the pre-sale?
I was supposed to say prior to the pre-sale, I think it was a crapshoot.
Speculative, yeah.
Now, yes. Now there are. Look, some of the StubHub prices were like in the $286 range for Upper Deck at Madison Square Garden. I'm not surprised at that because that's what I thought they would be. So I'm not super surprised at these ticket prices. And I think they're only going to go down. I think my advice, at least for the Madison Square Garden show, and this is from Mario because he goes to a ton of shows at Madison Square Garden, it is be patient with it because right now it's exciting and it's hyped and everybody's like, oh my God, I got to get my ticket before I can't get it.
Right.
Be a little bit patient and the price might come down a little bit.
There's always going to be tickets on StubHub right up to the date, right?
Like buying airline tickets.
You want negative comments? Stop using Dell's tough as heck quizzes on the channel. Yes. Shout out Dell. And if you like Rush and you like Rush trivia and you're new to the channel, you can check out our Rye Guys Rush quizzes. Pretty fun stuff. Now I'm promoting. All right. So Ticketmaster was far more reasonable than the resellers, but still $400 for 2 nosebleeds with all the other expenses having trouble. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it is pricey. Again, I'm not disagreeing that it's not pricey, but I think it's
Supply
what
and
I
demand.
expected. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good point.
I can't imagine. Like they added 11 shows 2 days after their announcement. So imagine if they hadn't added those dates, what the prices would be for the shows.
This is a good point too. They couldn't pay tribute to Neil like they and everyone else did.
For Hawkins, yeah.
Yeah. They paid tribute to Hawkins and they had to pay tribute to Neil too, yeah.
And they had to process all of that. Right?
Well, I think they could have, but remember Neil passed like a few months before COVID hit. So then everything was shut down for 2 years, right? Like
literally 2 months, 2.5 months before COVID hit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they couldn't really properly.
Straight to the point.
Yes, this was the intent. Have some fun on a Saturday night. The intent was not to go over an hour, but we're heading over an hour. I said to these guys, I was like, yeah, maybe we'll be here for 20 or 30 minutes, but
that's why I had to go back for another beer. It went longer than I thought.
Give us another 20 minutes of fun, please.
Well, I might shout out to the Henderson Brewing Company in Toronto for the awesome beer. Like,
thanks,
shout
guys. Got the best tour Paul and I did when we were there. It was awesome.
And while you're at it, if you would be so kind, send us a tip on Ko-fi because it helps us pay for this platform, which is,
I was going to say,
which is
StreamYard.
freaking expensive. Yeah, I mean, I know everybody's got tickets they need to buy, but you know, the cost of a cup of coffee from a couple different people can help go a long way. So
I've been debating starting a GoFundMe for my tickets.
Well, you know, David's OnlyFans account should help with that too. So.
Oh right.
Yeah.
All right. This one's hilarious.
They'll pay me to cancel my OnlyFans account.
This is ridiculous and hilarious at the same time. Why tour with a new drummer? Why not perform a satanic ritual to resurrect zombie Neil? I'm sure I speak for all fans when I say this is what we actually want. I mean that sincerely, just like I sincerely believe you are, without a doubt, definitely the real Alex Lifeson. And definitely the real Alex Lifeson replied, we did. He just didn't want to tour.
Oh, my God.
I like that one.
That's funny. But
All right.
that's probably true. You probably still wouldn't want to go on a tour. You'd be like, nah, I'm good.
They can play. Just shouldn't be billed as Rush. It's Geddy,
Shouldn't.
Alex, and Guest playing Rush's music. It's like Guest Wi-Fi, right? Good grief. Okay.
Jeez. There's a pattern in these comments. I know the difference between a Rush tribute band and actually Rush. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to see one next year locally. It's called Infinity Rush. Looking forward to it. But
Ugh, all right. They don't need a drummer. The drums weren't needed for Tom Sawyer.
What the?
pretty much every
that even
every
mean?
Rush fan just air drums that part in Tom Sawyer.
Oh my goodness!
I think these were made in jest.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Wild comment. Neil wasn't the original drummer. Also, the guy hated people.
No, he
wow.
didn't.
He didn't hate people. He just didn't like being in the spotlight.
Well, he also didn't like people intruding into his life. That's different.
You know, like your traditional Rush fan. Anyway, but yeah, he didn't hate people.
This
With
is
a new lead vocal. Oh,
this is a good comment. Okay, this might change some things, right? Would I still go? Yes. But
I want to see what they're doing.
to me, this would be a lot. To me, changing the vocalist is the biggest change you can make in a group. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I worded that.
No, I agree. Because I mean, the music you can recreate the music. Yes,
You're right. You can't exactly. Yeah, that's good. You're right. So I think we made David. I think we talked about this. Iron Maiden. We like Iron Maiden with Bruce Dickinson. You know, the Paul Di'Anno and the Blaze Bailey years. Fine. It's just not Bruce Dickinson. So it's like it's preference, right? Just at that point. So
Right.
Which is the same reason why people like or dislike Geddy Lee. That's a lot of the criticism about Rush, and always was Geddy's voice.
Mhm.
So, and a lot of the time, you know, that's the first thing people hear, and that's the first thing that turns people off to a band, or right. So, yeah, I think that is a very good comment.
I'd still go.
Yeah. Just to see
because you know they have a high standard. They're going to put on a fantastic show, light wise, sound. Like they're going to do something nice. It's going to be great.
Okay, I don't know. This I did not hear. This
now, I know
maybe so.
Alex apparently did go to Europe to get some surgery done on his stomach, and I did notice that during the video they released that he looks like he's a little bit slimmer. I don't know if it's just overall.
He looks it in the neck too, right?
I was just gonna say that's where I kind of noticed it. And I thought, well, okay, maybe he's taking better care of himself, and that's just natural. You know, you lose a little bit of weight, but they just look so happy. They look so happy in that video.
Very happy, and
right.
I will say in 2022, when I, myself, Ralph, and a couple others had the opportunity to meet him on a Zoom call, he did say he was heading to Ireland the following month. This was in June of 2022, so that would be Europe. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it was in Ireland. I don't know exactly, but could have been. Probably play some golf too, but
not sure about a pile of weight, but I'm sure he lost some weight in the process.
Well, the Rush beer probably isn't doing that many.
Well, apparently, that's why we have to drink the Rush beer, because he needs money. So go figure.
it's a cash grab.
It's a cash grab, right?
Yeah.
I like this comment. You have to think about why you like Rush in the first place. In my opinion, the compositions, the musicianship, the good dudes, all still there. Yep, nice comment.
100%.
Yep.
And absolutely love your avatar, Bob. The dude.
AI Neil Peart on back screen versus.
Oh God, don't start me on that. I'm looking forward to see how they pay tribute to Neil. I'm really curious. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I have a bunch of ideas, and I'll discuss those at a later point.
That's gonna be another episode, isn't it? Maybe.
We're just cash grabbing.
It might be. Yeah, we're just. No, I think we'll work it into the set list discussion.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a good time, man. It was really good. It was 30 minutes. We had. I don't know if I ever really told this the whole story. I
was gonna say you had to plunk down some money to get that, didn't you? Like it was a donation.
$1,000 to have a Zoom call with Alex, Andy Curran, Al Fanabellini, and Maya were all there. Yes, it was me, Ralph, Alex Nelson, and Matt Gluckman. We paid $250 each. Yeah, so and we all pitched in. We got
the money was towards the because the Ukrainian war was just fresh, so I think they were all trying to raise money towards that.
Yes,
and it was cool.
And Alex's
they still are.
And Alex's family is from Ukraine.
No.
Hold on. Sorry.
Serbia.
Thank you.
Serbia. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. We got to ask him some questions. He was goofy. He was honest. He
answered a couple of Rush questions. Yeah.
He did.
Counterparts.
He did answer a couple of Rush questions. I'll tell you what those are actually right now because we've already discussed them on roundtables
Several times.
I asked him about Force 10. Was the laughing sampled or was that Amy Mann or what was it?
It was a sample, wasn't it?
He said it was a sample.
Yeah.
And then I asked him what was said what is said at the beginning of Alien Shore. Is it out of my nose? Is it men about oars? He said no. It was Farabarush, which was Kevin Caveman Shirley yelling into Alex's pickups.
Right.
Farabarush. He says that was caveman slang for "I'm so tired." So
you heard it here.
I mean,
and actually, Caveman actually posted this week pictures from when they were recording Counterparts at Morin Heights.
People have left comments saying, "No, Ryan, you're wrong." Well, okay. I mean, like,
Alex told me himself.
Alex lied, or I don't think you could fabricate that story. Like that's a little bit of more detail than
That's some creative lying, Ryan.
Let's see. So, good point.
Oh. Yeah, could.
That would be interesting to see because they're already
I was gonna say they're already pretty complex. How can you add to that? Unless you add another finger.
Geddy could do it, Steven. Geddy could do it. You're right.
Cubs playoff.
Cheers from St. Catharines, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I was there last year for the golf tournament. Beautiful area. I love St.
I am wearing my Gemispheres shirt right now.
Gemispheres?
Oops. I mean hemispheres.
Ah, there we go. Darn typos.
The Yemispheres.
Let's see.
Oh, hey, those Yemispheres.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Out of my nose.
I always thought it was out of my nose. No, it was Kevin Caveman Shirley. Fada Balush.
And every time I hear the song now, I think of that story.
Okay, well, I have one more.
Okay,
you ready for this one?
No.
We can just shoot the shit for a little bit afterwards if you want to, but people are enjoying this. All right.
Whoa.
hold on.
Okay,
Better tan. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just take the.
This hurts already. Oh.
Take the. Better tan. Neil poop all day, in every way.
What does that mean?
You know, you want to start using fancy words.
All right. If Geddy and Alex want to play, then start a new band. Explore your options instead of reliving the past. I have loved Rush for nearly 50 years, owned everything they put out, and have been to multiple shows. But what they are doing now is nothing more than forming a cover band. Oh, and if anyone gets the impression my opinion is based on Annika Niles, you'd be dead wrong. She has more musical talent in her little finger than most touring drummers today, and if anyone could fill that role, it is her. That said, I am just disappointed this is the path these two musicians decided to take. Feels like a cash grab to me. Well, I am off to throw on my headphones and listen to My Favorite Headache and dream of more creative and adventurous times. Listen, I love My Favorite Headache, but a comment like this gives me the favorite headache, okay? Go put on My Favorite Headache, please. I'm tired of hearing this is a cash grab. I'm tired of hearing this isn't Rush. I'm tired of hearing people that don't want to go aren't real Rush fans or
I'm just tired of bad. I'm just tired of bad grammar. My God.
Yeah. Enough is enough with bashing other Rush fans, and like let's get back to enjoying the music and enjoying what these guys have given to us for 50 years and enjoying
I mean, this kind of stuff that happened with every record from Permanent Waves forward, right? When they were no longer, prog rock after Kings and Hemispheres. Same kind of stuff. Rush has always departed from Rush. But this whole thing, I've loved Rush for nearly 50 years. Okay, you 1 year up on me, dude. I'm 49 years of loving Rush. And when you make these comments, I'm wondering if
Canadian
you've been paying attention for 50 years.
Love it.
Right. Nothing more than nothing more than forming a cover band.
Talks background in mid studio. Yeah, that's Terry Brown.
Morning Gov. It's in the London section. I think it's Morning Gov. Yep.
Yep.
Hello, Morning Gov. Yeah.
Morning Gov. That comment just. Oh, at least they're kind of praising the choice for Annika. But I don't know.
There are two L's in her name, but I mean,
can't we just all get along? Even the stupid. You're putting too much credit to stupid people. I don't know. But
we're trying.
We're trying with this.
Yeah.
Just.
We want some of the people here to rethink their life choices about what they think getting Alex ought to
ruled under Satan's hand. Rush. And Rand is not a band. Jesus. I don't know. I was super excited when I got the news. I was just ecstatic. Just like Ryan. They're back!
See what they're going to do, right? That's, and they also can.
They can do what they want.
And they spent a lot of time processing the loss. First, that the band was over, and then Neil getting sick and his loss, and then playing at the Taylor Hawkins tribute. Mm-hmm. This has been some intensely emotional processing they've done to get to the point where they want to play the music they've
look at it.
Played all their lives.
It took them 5 years to get to this point after Neil passed. That's. I'm sure they didn't take the decision lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
we do it? Can we do it? First of all, right? Then we got to find the drummer, and then it's so. I trust their judgment, like you said. They've been around for over 50 years. Rush Tour Poland. Yeah. Okay.
And you don't have to like it.
If you're completely against it, that's fine. We respect that opinion.
I mean, I could see, like, as a fan...
They sell plenty of Rush beer and mustard.
Hey, listen, I ordered the mustard from the backstage shop, and it came broken. Do you remember this?
I remember that.
It came in a glass, jar.
Yep, and it broke.
It cracked, and I got mustard all over my brand new... Paul, do this for a second.
So it looked like...
It was that shirt. I bought that shirt at the same time as the Rush mustard, and my Roll the Bone shirt. got all crapped up, and I emailed the backstage store. I was like, "Hey, listen, my mustard exploded and my Rush shirt got all nasty. Can you send me another one?" And they sent me another one, and I washed one, and then I had 2 Roll the Bone shirts, and I think I sent the other one to Erica or something. So that was I didn't ask for the mustard again because I figured at this point, well, I'm just gonna have another exploded mustard. So why? What are we even doing here? I'm supportive. Keep the comments rolling in here, guys. Like we'll read a few more here. We'll stay around for another 5 minutes. So I'm supportive no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's an acoustic with Geddy and Alex, them playing with Annika, or just starting straight with Annika.
There's so many things you could do with this, right?
Yeah.
But they say in the video they were working on 35 songs, and they're going to alternate the set lists throughout the tours. So
Yeah.
It is.
Is Rush beer any good?
Yes,
it is,
Bob.
It is.
It is.
Unfortunately, it's no longer for sale in the U.S., but
Not as of right now, but according to the people at Henderson, they're working on some things.
really with the beer and mustard dudes. Would be.
Is that a good comment or a bad comment? What?
It's open to different interpretation.
Would be least.
I mean, I was, after R40, I was like, okay, I know this is never going to see him again live, and
I think everybody had that
time of wonderfulness, and this is great. So I was fine. But then to hear they're going to tour again,
Okay.
it's going to be a different thing, obviously. But to see them on stage again, yeah.
I love that comment. I love that.
Yeah, chances are the professor is looking down, smiling, knowing his lifelong brothers are showing gratitude for all they accomplished over the years. I made this metaphor in the last discussion, the artwork discussion, and I got, no pun intended, crucified for it in the comments because they told me that my comment about this was completely religious and Neil was an atheist and Neil wouldn't believe in any of this stuff and Neil is in hell and all this other crap. Okay, it's an everyday metaphor. Yes, Neil is probably there in spirit.
Mm-hmm. And if he's not, we don't know.
Right. Who cares? Why are we at each other's throats?
Yeah.
Good grief.
And I'm an atheist, so.
So am I.
If you decide not to go but could, and later you hear great things about the concert, just don't make your decision. Turn. Yeah. Yep.
And that's why I want to go. I don't want to go, I should have.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get into one of the 4 Toronto shows. And
yeah.
I think that'll be special because that's their hometown. And that's going to be...
or like a Ronnie James Dio hologram or, whatever.
That upset me so much.
Use a drum machine?
That'd be very Rush, right? Yeah.
This, we don't know. What's this tribute to Neil? Didn't they say they were going to?
They were just going to
honor him a couple times a night, is what they said.
Yep.
So
they didn't specify how.
We don't know. We don't know yet.
We'll have to wait and see, I guess. I'm sure it'll be a combination of things, but I don't know. I got a couple of kids, so I think I got. Oh, okay.
Well, that doesn't mean you know how. That just means you're able.
She's like, I got lucky twice, right?
There's a big difference.
They're my My kids are my trophies.
Jeez. Wait, hold on. I got one for this.
Do you have, Paul?
What's that? That's a pretty big Smagelka you got there.
What'd you say, Dave?
How many kids do you have?
I got 2, so I got lucky twice.
So you've had sex at least twice?
At least, minimum.
A woman?
Yes. What?
Yeah. Yep.
If you decide not to go, you still have made a choice. Ooh. A little free will in there. There you go. That boy, Simon.
Paul, you should have been on this episode, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have been able to keep it.
Restrain.
Keep it,
his passion.
You have to just take those feelings and just shove them down. Just keep them down, right? Don't. Mm-hmm. Changes are permanent, but changes. Ooh. This is why we do these things.
Thanks, Steve. Depending on how.
Well,
I don't. Yeah,
I don't know. Will they do that?
That might happen. That right. I was just about to say that might happen in a couple songs. I mean, I
Certain
don't.
songs, maybe. Yeah, I could see.
Who knows how this is going to go
I
production
can think
wise?
of the pressure on Annika to have Neil back there, just the video of him playing, and her actually doing the playing.
Yeah, that is what I think might happen actually.
Oh, okay.
Or it's him on. I was going to say this in the setlist video eventually that we do, and I'll say it down there too. But I was thinking maybe Neil on the screen they play in the drum solo, and then it transitions
to Annika takes
to
over the
Annika.
solo to a certain degree. Yeah,
mhm,
I could see that. That would be cool. Actually, that would be really cool.
Yep.
What a
Yeah,
total-
this is a good point. Just joined in on this session. Russ has you're about an hour and 20 minutes late, and we are wrapping up.
Your comment is
This
on
is-
point.
Your comment is very on point. Yep, this is the
Yep.
continued evolution. Of Rush. Yep.
100%.
Yep. Yeah, great comment. And
If they do these 23 shows and that's all we get, then they're done. Well, then so be
How
it.
many bands have been here
Yep.
this long?
boom.
Jeez.
What did Geddy say during the interview with George Stroumboulopoulos? What we've learned is the value of time. Right.
And to spend your time, and I add to the extent that you can, spending your
Do it,
time that you want to.
What
Do
you want,
things you
do
want
what
to.
you want to do. Yep. And
Yeah.
if Alex and Geddy wanted to take the time to go on tour, then so be it. We'll enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah. Who knows? That might happen.
Neil and a drum kit on the stage in the background.
I like this.
That thing would have gone like at 57 RPMs.
Yeah.
Thanks,
that last
Bruce.
episode, I'm just watching Paul doing,
Yeah.
that.
The next time I'm on, if Paul's not on, I'll bring a drumstick and do it for him.
If I did that, I would poke an eye out. or
Drop
something,
it.
You know. Yeah. I
Oh, you have
just-
no, you have
guitars,
glasses. You should be fine.
It'll get caught in the hair.
Right?
Here,
Oh.
perfect. Freeze this moment a little bit longer. We heard about this on Monday. I haven't slept great since Monday. I'm still thinking to myself,
Mm-hmm.
did I have a dream or did the dream have me? Right? This still feels like a dream, and it's kind of I'm still kind of processing it all in a way. But
Yeah.
we also have a job to do with this. I don't have to, but right, we do this because we want to. But it's crazy to me to think that I'm able to see Rush with the Rush friends that I've made over the past 5 years doing this, and
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
that ultimately is. It's two things. It's obviously getting to see Alex and Geddy again. It's them wanting to do what they want to do with their lives and play their music that they poured their heart and soul into. But it's also they're doing it for the fans, and it's for the fans that have, the music has been passed down from generation to generation, and there are kids and that have never seen the band. And there are folks in our community that have never seen the band. And like we said at the beginning, Paul has never seen the band with his son. Ryder has never seen the band at all. Became a fan in 2019. Akira's only seen the band once. It's crazy to me that I get to see Rush with some of these friends that I've made. And I'm stoked.
Yeah. And it's not the same as
I don't have the
having
ticket
been with Neil.
The plan is to see the band with we'll find out on Monday, but yeah.
Yeah.
When I found out Monday, I was at home working from home. The rest of my day was like a write-off. I just couldn't think straight. I couldn't think about work. I was just logistics in my head going, okay, how much
Yeah.
are tickets? What show am I going to go to? How much? Like, it was just processing everything.
It was like the same day that when Neil passed. We got that news at like 3:00 in the afternoon, though. It
Yeah.
was the same type of
like just
shock, just overwhelming. I don't know how to process all of this right
But
now,
this is a
right?
good shock. This is, to me, this is exciting.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
I didn't
I
care.
still was like frozen for like.
It was shout out to Paul Simon who sent the link to the YouTube video, and I was like, "What's he sending me?" And I started watching it, and I'm just like, "No." And then they said it. Alex going, "We're going back on tour." And I was just kind of went, "Oh my gosh, this is insane." Coworker of mine, huge fan. I'm messaging him on MS Teams. I'm like, "Dude, call me." Ignores it. Doesn't see it. I'm like, 20 minutes. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, dude, call me." And I told him, and he was in that same state, just blank stare on his face, just like the gears grinding. Like, are you serious? Like, is this a troll? Like, are you really trolling me? I'm like, nope, you're coming with me to Toronto, bud. Like, we're gonna go, right? So
people I hadn't heard from in years have reached out. Yeah,
I had random people like, "Are you excited? Did you book your vacation for August yet?" I'm like,
yeah.
Hi, we're going back on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up there. Thanks, guys. This went about an hour longer than we thought it was going to go.
It's all good.
Yeah, it did.
But let's just run this.
Cheers.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you, folks.